go against the Mordekaiser, but I
Yeah,
feel like
true.
it's maybe not the best pick. I honestly think that the Jax was a really big pick for them because they picked it in the first 2 picks in game 1, but they're going to go for the Nautilus. So again, a big single targets CC knock up for his ultimate is going to be a way of trying to keep away or trying to pick off those squishier champions on the side
Mhm.
of No Mercy, because if you get the knockup from Nautilus, you're going to be able to then get Yone's ultimate through there, try and
Yeah.
take them out into the backline, recall back to safety, and then you can kind of see the combo already coming into fruition for the side of ASV. But it looks like they're going to switch up their marksman this time around. They're going to go for the Xayah. Again, another great pick because they're going to be able to cancel out Nautilus's knockup if they time it correctly.
Yeah, and again, Xayah just being one of the safest AD carries in this scenario. If you pick any other marksman, it's very difficult. But Xayah's ultimate just opens so much potential in terms of just being able to escape any sort of dive that might come through from the Nautilus, from the Yone. Gragas, Jax. Okay, Jax being taken away this time around. Interesting. So the Jax being taken away, it means that it's going to be probably Jax in the top side, and Ziggs probably going to go down in the bottom lane with that Yone AD picked already gone on through here. So a bit more AP damage on the bottom side this time around for Aqua on the side of ASV.
Yeah, I mean, the Ziggs can go into the more likely going to go down into the Dragon lane, right? We don't generally see the Ziggs into the mid lane, but it could still be sought for. The Nautilus could be jungle, Nautilus could be support, Yone could be jungle, Yone could be mid or top. So there's still a lot of
Kind
guessing
of.
game here. Yeah, not quite towards the Mordekaiser maybe, but it may. Hey, if you feel super duper confident with it, why not go for it? Because clearly ASV have the performance and have obviously game 1 in their pocket, so they have a little bit of a edge in this one, especially the mental edge, right? But they do ban out the Maokai, which was the enemy pick in last game. They did have Orm, which was banned out in the first part of the phase as well. So getting rid of those really oppressive long-range ultimates to stop any kind of jump onto the team fight, something that's going to be able to deter you away from it. And they feel like the Olaf was a pick here that they want to ban out for themselves because they picked it last game. Were able to actually no, it wasn't. They had Master Yi last game, didn't they? So Olaf, they don't want to see that come through again.
Yeah, it's interesting that I don't think the Olaf was too much of a problem, to be fair. Like, yes, it stopped a lot of crowd control on the side of ASV, but again, every single time Olaf uses that ultimate, he loses resistances as well. And when you have so much burst damage from the likes of Yone and Ziggs, when Olaf uses that ultimate, then hey, you can just burst him down 100 to 0 very, very quickly. But it looks like that Jace in the mid lane is going to happen. So it could be Yone top lane, as you were saying, Blam, or maybe even still Yone in the jungle. That could still be a possibility. They still have the bot lane secured with the Ziggs and the Nautilus. We need a support pick here and a jungler, most likely, for No Mercy. We need something to kind of protect the Xayah in a way. Do we get an enchanter of any sort? You know, we haven't been seeing any enchanters today at all. We've just been seeing tank supports over and over again. Vibing.
Ooh.
Huh?
Actually,
Who
yeah.
the hell is the support?
Mordekaiser support? Anybody?
What? It's like my solo queue games. It's just like, oh guys, I don't want to play support. Can I roll swap? Can I roll swap to top lane? No, I can't roll swap. Okay, I guess I'll pick Camille support or something. Okay. Interesting.
Shyvana.
Oh, okay.
After the recent buff as well.
Yeah, Shyvana is an interesting one because Shyvana, as you mentioned, received a really, really big buff recently where every single time that she kills a jungle monster now, she gets 10 stacks instead of 8. So she can get 60 stacks throughout the whole jungle when she fully clears. And her main point is trying to get up to 400 stacks. Once she gets 400 stacks, she has all of her abilities unlocked. She has all her upgrades unlocked, and she gets more power with her ultimate. So that's going to be very interesting. It does mean that Shyvana's going to be a little bit AFK in this early game. So Chris, I feel like for No Mercy, needs to take advantage of the Shyvana being very weak during the early game. And I want to see rotations from the Camille and from the Vi. Bloody hell, it's Camille support. Camille and Vi trying to rotate around and trying to use their crowd control that they have to get an advantage in this early game. Because if I'm totally honest, if this game goes past like probably 15, 20 minutes, that's the thing with Shyvana. You have to wait a long time for Shyvana's stacks to come in and for her to be kind of useful. To be fair, it's going to be kind of difficult, I think, to keep track of the Shyvana stacks because I don't think there's really a way
No.
for us to check the Shyvana stacks. So might be a little bit difficult, but I guess we'll just see as the game goes on. If she gets like extremely powerful at one point, you're like, yeah, she probably has 400 stacks.
That's it. Yeah.
Or we
just go off the obvious. Be like, hey, yep, she's doing a lot of damage. She's making the slows come through. She's just doing everything that she needs to do. So yeah, she's got those stacks. But yeah, I think if you do want to couch Stu, I'll give that job over to you. It seems like a very tedious job, especially when we don't see the observer actually hovering over Shyvana. I don't think the people at home want to be watching Shyvana cam
the whole game.
Potentially 20 minutes, right?
No, I mean, that's basically what Shyvana's going to be doing, right? Just farming away, getting as much stacks as possible. That's all that Shyvana's going to be doing. As you can see, Shyvana is just clearing away through the camps at the moment. Both junglers, interesting enough, starting on the bottom side of the map. So that means that top Scuttle Crab might be a battle that might be happening between Vi and the Shyvana, but you're going to see both these junglers, even Vi as well, during the early game. Doesn't really want to look for early ganks. Wants to try and get level 5 as soon as possible for the cease and desist. Being able to use the ultimate to affection is going to be really, really nice. Be interested to see what the Camille build is going to be. Actually took Arcane Comet as well and doing a lot of damage to this Yonek in the 2v2 battle. Oh, messes up the flash though, unfortunately. Tried to use the second ability into the flash. Really nice idea there from Noblest, but unfortunately not going to do enough damage and kind of misplayed the flash there in the end. But nice idea, was able to pull off this time around, but it's still quite nice. Okay. But on the other side, it looks like the flash is going to come on through. Does the Zai get the auto? The auto attack went to Narnia and got the kill in the end.
Yeah, really well played there. But like you were saying, Noblesse tried to do the style, but there was clearly too much style for that fashionista to actually even handle in that 2v2. But again, a bit of a weird like matchup here. We're having the Zaya going up against the Yonek, but then also being paired with the supports of this game to try and just like uneven the odds. And then you got Jax going 1v1 against Ziggs, which is a little bit of an unfair advantage because Ziggs can get away, but if you can kind of lay him down and kind of lock him down, especially with a invade from Vi, I feel like it could be a slaughter for the side of No Mercy down in the farm lane.
Yeah, Ziggs is just going to be farming away for now. As you said, the Jax can't really give him enough pressure. He's going to be struggling to stack Grasp of the Undying as well as a rune choice. And yeah, going back to it. Oh, Zai got another kill. Top. We missed it. Zai got another kill in the top lane, so that's 2 kills now for the Zaya. So this Zaya is going to be extremely far ahead. 1,000 gold lead already, using the ultimate again to get away to safety. As we mentioned, it's something the Zaya can do so well, and I think it might even be dead. No, actually going to be trading the kill that the Ziggs is going to die as well, and it's 4 kills to 1 right now for No Mercy, and this is the early game lead that they wanted.
I've just realized that Kaizo is actually playing Ziggs and Aqua's playing Nautilus.
Oh. They swaps.
They swapped, mate. They've done a switcheroo. Maybe that's why the Ziggs isn't shining as much. Maybe because it's Aqua not playing it, or he's like, hey, I know we've drafted the Ziggs, but it's clearly something I cannot play. Oh,
okay. I mean, fair enough. I mean, they get a little bit of a swapperoo there. I mean, that's totally fine to see if they can... you know, make it work in the end. Maybe Aqua feels like he has the playmaking potential this game on the Nautilus to come out on top. Unfortunately, though, Yonek's died twice already, so the Yonek is going to be pretty far behind, and their marksman or the AD carry role, or the whatever you want to call it, the Dragon Lane role, because it's not a marksman, burst marksman, is also 1,000 gold behind, and this Zaya is going to be extremely far ahead.
Yeah, you can kind of see that Vi is going to go and build into the Trinity Force as well. So very stable first item for the Vi pick here. To be honest, I have to give props to this Camille pick, right? It's definitely giving utility to actually get Zaya activated pretty earlier within these battles as well. Almost getting that scuttle to try and take those objectives and those turret platings from the side of ASV. But it's going to be shut down. Ziggs, again, showing the wave play potential of this hero.
Yeah, you can see just being able to shut him down, and at the moment you can still see Shyvana just getting away in terms of the farm, just trying to stack up as much farm as possible. Cleared through pretty much the entire jungle already twice over, so he's probably sitting on a good few stacks, definitely over 100 by now. Whether you can get above 100 is going to be nice. The big thing as well is that when you take these major objectives, these epic objectives like the Herald or the Dragons, you get even more stacks. And it looks like the aim here now is for the Shyvana to go back to base and just run straight to Dragon. Because you know that the enemy team is going to be prioritizing a Herald, which is exactly what's going to happen. And I think the best thing to do for Shyvana, you see the on my way pings, is just take the Dragon. Take the stacks for Shyvana, trade the Mimics. You are going to be losing this early game. You have a Ziggs, you have a Shyvana, you have the scaling. So I think this is the right call here for the side of ASV. They are going to be losing a lot of prep. Look, all the Mimics go, baby. All the Mimics into the mid lane. But yeah, they take the major objective, which is really nice. More stacks for Shyvana, so the scaling is there. But the first tower does go through to the top lane for Xayah.
Yeah, I mean, the Mimics all into the mid lane really opened that up, but then Xayah obviously getting at the finishing blow onto the T1 up into the Baron lane as well. Is going to give over some more gold. She's now, what, about a 1.5k gold difference now between the enemy ADC, no belief. Oh, the Ignite doesn't take him down. A lot of damage goes onto him. Dredgeline misses as well.
Oh, the flash for Mordekaiser are not going to be able to hit the little pullback there, unfortunately. But look at Xayah's gold lead now. Insane. Over 1,000 gold lead for this Xayah. Nearly 2,000 gold lead. Bloodthirster already finished. Another crit cloak on top of that as well. So Xayah is going to start to do a lot of damage. And now it's really down to the side of ASV of how are they going to try and shut down this Xayah. Another turret goes over to Xayah as well. So they're just pouring more and more gold into this Xayah right now. And now all that's left really to defend for ASV is this bot lane tower. But they need to be careful of themselves because there is so much damage coming from the side of No Mercy.
Yeah, you can kind of see that they're going for, obviously, Bloodthirst, the first item on the Xayah is going to be really great in terms of, obviously, lifesteal as well. It looks like it may be the Infinity Edge second item, potentially, after the boots as well. A lot of plated steel caps going through, so like we were saying in the draft, there's going to be a lot of frontline, and Xayah gets taken, Shyvana, sorry, gets taken down there.
That's the power of Xayah when she gets really far ahead. The instant route, Shyvana not being able to escape with her ultimate, and this Xayah is going to be one hell of a problem here. Is that the train CC does come on through. The Ziggs ultimate is a nice bunch of damage, so there is going to be a trade kill back, but I am so worried right now because look at this Xayah just getting kill after kill across the map. So difficult to try and shut her down when she's this far ahead. 6-1 right now. Again, as you mentioned, probably completed an item back in base as well. So another kill is going to go over here potentially to Nautilus. No, going to be able to use a flash to get away, but I'm really curious to see this back base now for Xayah. Does she have an item completed? It's going to be Navori in the end. Yeah. 2 items already in 8 minutes in this game is absolutely crazy. Like nearly 3,000 gold lead.
Yeah, 3,000 gold lead to the Ziggs is huge, right? I mean, yeah, he's gone for the Lunar's Echo for the splash damage from his abilities as well. But we see that Jace is able to take one of the turrets there. Was it the T1 into the Baron lane? Yep. So they're trying to open up that map again, like they did in game 1. They were just trying to sort of make sure they're not giving over too much kills. But I feel like it's a little bit too late for that kind of sentiment because, like you're saying, Navari Blades, the Bloodthirst are coming through, 6 kills to 1 death, and then Ziggs is just kind of trickling and trailing behind in that gold lead, which is a troublesome thing, right? And it's just showing the utility of the Camille in that support role. Just, hey, I'm going to dive in, I'm going to do a lot of damage, I may die, but as long as you get the kills and you get the gold, that's all that matters at the end of the day. That seems to be the MO here for MRCY, but ASV need to find a way to shut down that Xayah.
Yeah, it's going to be really difficult. I think it's going to be a bit too difficult to try and shut down this Xayah. Oh my god, another kill. And you're really seeing now how they can shut down this Shyvana over and over again. They got the early game lead. All the ASV needed to do this game was just make sure... Oh no, Ziggs! Oh, that's the wrong way, buddy. You don't want to statue charge back over the wall. You want to go back towards base, buddy. Where are you going? Another kill in the end.
He's just a chill little guy. He just wants to be a chill little yordle. He's like, hey, you need some more gold, buddy? I mean, you're ahead of me by about 3k. I can put that a bit further for you. But the thing is, here, ASV have a very high, very steep mountain to actually climb back up if they want to try and take this win. And I feel like with their draft, like you said earlier, if they're able to get to that end game around about 20 minutes, but it's looking like it's been a long 9 minutes, and they're not showing any signs of kind of hope for surviving that long right now.
And you're seeing right now of what No Mercy are doing extremely well. They're actually denying every single jungle camp away from Shyvana, really delaying her spike as the ultimate actually comes through from the Vi, but the Vi might be stepping a little bit too far. The flash comes through though to escape. The Mordekaiser is there as well to try and deal the damage. The Shyvana's in the ultimate. The Shyvana's just going to go down. There's no damage on the side of ASV. This game has not come on through. The counter-strike into the flash onto the backline as well. Yonek goes down. Ziggs goes down. It's 3 kills to 1 right now, and they're going to turn their attention towards the dragon.
Yeah, trying to deny that Drake soul from ASV so they can't actually use that for a scaling mechanic or even play style going into the late part of the game. But we're now into the 10-minute mark. They've taken the second dragon for themselves, completely denying the soul. And right here, that Jax, Jax, being left alone. There's a lot of J's going on. They're getting thrown off here. But I feel like the Mordekaiser's been a little bit understated in this game, right? Like, he's just been kind of left alone in that mid lane, just kind of getting the pushes, making sure that, hey, Jace is not getting too fed. Because I feel like Jace really shined in that last game for ASV. Towards the late game as well, just being able to get that snipe damage, just do so much damage for their team. And there just seems to be a lack of direction for ASV for me personally. Looking at this draft, nobody's taken that front foot because Zaya's already taken them away from it.
Yeah, I think, again, the kind of problem that I was saying, like, in terms of the draft as well, is that the early game is just so weak for ASV. They're going to try and make a play happen in the bottom side of the map. The CC is going to come on through, but honestly, Jax can easily 2 versus 1 this if he really wants to. Great leap away as well, and the Jax is going to be stuck underneath the tower. Might be able to turn this around. The kill does go on through to Nautilus, so do get a bit of a lifeline. They do need to go back to base quickly, though, because this Mordekaiser is coming down to the bottom side of the map. And the Mordekaiser needs to be a little bit careful himself, though. The Shyvana's trying to take the tower before getting anything else. The tower goes down, and they can look to try and escape. But meanwhile, on the top side, they're also taking a fight. Jace actually taking another kill. The Camille nearly goes down as well, and maybe there's a lifeline. But Zaya haven't killed the main carry. 3 auto attacks from Zaya is all it needs right now to try and take him down. Great use of the ultimate to get away. Great use of flash as well. But everyone is flashing in onto the Zaya, and that's going to be the shutdown onto Zaya as well. And that's a big shutdown for ASV to try and open up this map.
Yeah, I feel like this may be their foot in the door. Maybe they're not going to do what ESB did in both of their games, is go for the Baron. I'd be very surprised if they're able to do this because they don't look as confident, right? They haven't had much of a tit for tat in terms of the lead. So again, if they do go for the Baron play here, it'd be very ballsy, and I don't expect it from ASV just from their display in game 2. They've been playing very much on the back foot. So to take a dominant lead, take a dominant foot forward right now seems a bit out of character and out of pocket for ASV.
And it's going to be difficult. I mean, the great thing that No Mercy has done so far is deny away Shyvana's stacks. That's the big thing. Like, Shyvana is maybe on like 200, maybe 300 stacks, or maybe probably not even on 300, because she's just had so many jungle camps taken away from her this game. ASV just needs to kind of play patient. They need to still wait for the scaling to come through. They still only have 2 items on Ziggs. They only have 2 items on Shyvana. These carries need to get 3 or at least 4 items. Shyvana needs to get her stacks. But it's so difficult because look at this. Again, No Mercy play on the aggression, going straight onto the Yonek.
Yeah, Exec ultimatum does land onto the Yonek. It's going to be Zaya getting the kill once more. That revenge tasted so much sweeter for the side of No Mercy. It's going to be Shyvana that gets taken down by Mordekaiser. And then a double kill going over to King Mars. And that really opens up this Baron play here. Maybe even the finishing blow for No Mercy.
Yeah, Baron's going to get secured here. There's not really much that that ASV can do about it. Sorry. And yep, the Baron buff is going to go down. Then, even though the Zaya's died 2 times, she's still extremely like potent in terms of just doing so much damage. You know, it's 3 items, nearly 4 items completed. The stasis now completed as well, which means that you can get a little bit extra safety nets. You have your ultimate, you have your stasis, and yeah, there's not really much else that I feel like ASV can do now. I think the aggression has just come through from No Mercy. No Mercy had a game plan, and it has worked out perfect for them. They knew the they knew what they had to do in this game. They had to shut down the Shyvana. They had to play aggressive. They had the early game with their team composition. And that's exactly what they've been able to do. And they've done well so far. They just need to try and close out this game.
Yeah, they've done their study and they've done their homework, and they're looking to kind of get a top marks from the teacher right now in this game 1. And it's going to be good for the guys watching, the people watching at home as well. That means that we're going to get a full best of 3 between these 2 matches of the day. And what a match to have it between this great rivalry between these 2 countries, France and Germany. They take the T2 down in the mid lane as well, whilst putting a lot of pressure onto the farm lane, a T1 or a T2 also, sorry. So a lot of pressure going on right now. Yonek just trying to keep his best to keep those minions away, but it's MRCY just laying the smackdown with that mace, trying to bring the Yonek a little bit closer to the T-Hex, knocking away the Nautilus right now. And it looks like that No Mercy have got a bit of a bait here. They was waiting for them to come a little bit closer so that the Camille could go over the wall, Vi could wall break over the wall, but it didn't come into fruition. And probably for the side of ASV, probably for the best as well.
Yeah, not really much. I feel like at the moment that ASV can really do about this. The push is coming on through and everything is just doing way too much right now. Yeah, it's really, really difficult. I feel like, I mean, this game looks pretty done, in my opinion. Maybe they can get a kill into mid lane here onto the Jax, but I don't think they're even going to do enough damage for that. No, not enough damage going to be happening onto the Jax there as well. But yeah, the Zio is way too far ahead. The Mordekaiser even is ahead. Look at the jungle as well. Yeah. 0-4 for the Shyvana. Unfortunately, this game has been a really, really rough one. So many jungle camps taken away from him. And yeah, just, yeah, sitting in the base now, I guess.
I feel that's the problem with ASV's draft, though, right? If you're playing all these champions on the back foot, if you're playing it on a disadvantage, it's so much harder for you to come back, especially when Shyvana's not got a stack, so she's not quite as fed as she could be. You've got Jace that's kind of trailing behind, going a little bit of a mix with the anti-shield, the Manamune, the Black Cleaver, just trying to actually find some kind of identity for himself within this draft, rather than that really intense lethality build from game 1. And it's just everybody, every lane is behind in the gold, and there's no further disparity in that gold than it is in that dragon lane, right? We see 17k to 11k and almost a full slotted stacked Xayah looking to go for that Guardian Angel as the last item as well.
Yeah, if she ever needed some extra protection, she gets even more now as well. They do get a kill though. Ziggs gets a pick off, and maybe No Mercy are kind of struggling a little bit to kind of close out this game.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of closing out the game, it looks like Shyvana's kind of just like, hey guys, just let them push, let them win here. It doesn't seem to be like a bit of competitiveness here, or AFK maybe, but we'll probably get down to the end of that at some point. But right now, it looks like No Mercy are definitely taking No Mercy from the side of their opponents that have already won game 1. There we go. Jace is getting knocked back. It is Mordekaiser looking a little bit too deep there. He does get taken down. So nicely done.
Okay, nicely done there. I think
as well.
Yeah, they were able to take the Baron though. I guess the Mordekaiser just worked as a distraction point in the end, so was able to just take down. I mean, meanwhile the Jax is taking down bot lane as well, which is really, really nice. They take the Baron away, and now all it is just the Baron being taken, and that should be over.
Yeah, you think so, right? They have the T-Hex. It looks like it's going to go over to Noblesse. So again, a good pick for that team to put it onto. The Camille, who we thought at the beginning of it was a little bit of a bad pick in terms of the support, but a utility that we talked about within the draft really started coming to fruition, and it looks like No Mercy kind of was on the same wavelength of us, just using it as a oppression tool and champion. And right now, T-Hex is at that the turret right now. It's into the Nexus, and it's pretty much a done deal for the side of No Mercy. They're just going to wait for that finishing blow, wait for those minions to come around. It looks like maybe the game-winning minion wave will come from the farm lane.
Yeah, the bot lane's going to push on through. The mid lane is also going to push on through, and thanks to this Baron buff as well, it's going to be extremely difficult for them to try and defend the Elder Drake as well. Look at the laser coming through from the T-Hex. Can it get a kill with the Elder Drake? No, it cannot, but it's going to secure the win anyway. And No Mercy take game number 2, and we're going to be going to a game 3 very shortly.
Yeah, a little bit of a draft diff there. It seems like they was trying to pull out a little bit of their trump cards for both of these teams. Maybe the Shyvana was a little bit of a trump card for themselves, but it didn't quite work out the way they wanted it to. Same with the Camille down into the support role. So again,
Yeah.
they played very well, great utility, but I want to kind of understand why Aqua was playing the support, and then obviously they were having Ziggs on Kaizo on Ziggs, right? So it didn't quite make sense, maybe. Maybe it was actually something that was planned or something within the draft they couldn't actually quite execute in terms of switching roles or switching characters. But hey, at the end of the day, it really allowed No Mercy to take No Mercy onto the Rift on the side of ASV. I mean, look at that, Zaya, man. 12-2-4. Didn't even bother finishing off Guardian Angels. Like, guys, hold my beer. We're going to win this one.
Yeah, it's so difficult. Like I said, when you have such a big early lead that No Mercy had in